So, my name's Brody. This is my mate Connor.
Hi.
He's got an 80 series Land Cruiser, and we have got to do a front diff swap on it. In short terms, the diff whines, the CV's clunk, and also whine. It's got 2 leak and silver hubs.
And it grinds in every gear but neutral.
It's also got excessive bearing play, and literally just everything on it is just stuff. You'll see the further into this video you go. Majority of it done. There will be a part 2 where we finish it off tomorrow. But for now, we're going to go home and get some sleep because we're both knackered, and it is 12. It's 11 past 12.
It didn't go wrong. I just lost a few bolts at some really bad times. Nothing actually went wrong.
This will be the new style of videos we'll be recording. We'll be doing a lot of project cars, Russian Ladas, Toyota Corollas that we've got to do an engine swap on. A red GU that we're doing a rebuild on, a TV45 engine rebuild. My Patrol, and is also the main recovery.
Which I seem to like blowing up every fucking 2
and an
minutes.
80 series, which we've already done an engine swap on with a rebuilt motor, and
now a diff swap.
Diff swap.
In less than 6 months.
Yeah, just endless car content. And we'll also be posting some videos of us four-wheel driving, camping. So this will be our new style of videos. This will be the intro to our video, which you'll soon...
We'll probably have a disclaimer of...
do not try this at home.
Yeah, we are actually mechanics. We do actually know a fair bit about what we're doing. The dodgies we're doing and the sketchies we're doing are well calculated. We're aware it should have gone wrong, but it didn't, so suck it.
We did it as safely as we could with the equipment we had.
No, we fucking didn't, but anyway.
Well, so that's going to be the intro,
yeah.
And we'll see you in it. So what are we doing?
None of the top ones.
So we got to put bolts into the bull bar, replace all the ones that are missing, so we could use the winch and a tree to lift the front of the car up so we can swap this front diff out. So this will be the beginning of a very sketchy plan. We're going to do a double, maybe a triple winch line pull off of a tree to raise the front end of the cruiser up, and then use 2 high lift jacks to support the weight so we can take the wheels off and then, well, actually unbolt the front diff, or the whole housing really, so then we can swap the new one into it and use the wheels to roll it. We might move this back a little bit so we still have some room, and worst case scenario we'll move this behind it so we can hold the car still while we try to lift it up. Alright, so the way we've done this, we've got a ratchet strap holding the 2 trees together with a tree trunk protector. We've got my winch on a soft shackle with a winch ring on another tree trunk protector to an in-halved equalizer to recovery points on hard shackles. The idea is to lift the front of this car up while I hold my brakes on, chocking these rear wheels and then putting 2 high lift jacks under it because we don't have chassis stands. And we tried with a triple and a double line pull and it just didn't quite work the way we wanted it, so this is going to be the contraption.
My idea, and you're not going to like it.
Yeah, so let's hope this works. So right now we're going to be grabbing this high lift jack, and with that high lift jack plus the 2 winches to hold the weight of this up, we're going to use the high lift jack sort of as like a jack stand, maybe put our 2 trolley jacks under the chassis as well just to support the weight, and then we're going to start unbolting everything and ripping it all out. But this is definitely one of the more... Actually, no, this is probably one of the safest bush mechanics we've ever done. But yeah, so this will be, this is our plan for now. It's very, very safe.
Not the worst one. Not really, I got used to that very fast. I did that.
Alright, we're going to be taking these off. Not quite on there. Come on. Not bad for a little M12 stubby. In a 1/2 inch. Just makes as much torque as my mid-torque M18. So yeah, I'm going to be swapping these rotors over. Probably these ducts, these little, I guess you call them air ducts, because they're pretty stuffed as well. But the beauty of this one is the swivel hubs didn't leak on this one, where the other one is, so it should be a lot better running this one. Right, so we've pulled the hub off, we pulled the rotor off. It's not too bad. I mean, it's dirty, but we're going to repack them anyway. We've also got, the bearing here. Actually doesn't look too bad. And obviously you've got your locking plate and your 2 nuts. If you don't know what you'd call that. I guess it sits on your axle. Sits on that to spin your hub assembly. I can't think of the name of it right now. When this goes live, there's going to be mechanics out there that are going to make fun of us, but you know, for the way we're doing this. But mate, we're doing this in the middle of nowhere. I don't really think us being told that we're doing it wrong is going to matter, as long as it works. Only thing is,
right, we're just making it fucking work.
We're just exactly. Now, the one thing that we did struggle with a little bit, we don't actually have the right size socket for this. So we used a punch and a hammer to hit the edge till we loosen this off. What we're going to do is when we go to put it back on the car and we got to set the preload of the bearings, we're going to put the wheels on as well. So just do them up roughly tight. We'll probably end up getting the socket by then. We're going to put the wheels on. You can actually see how bad the swivel hub's leaked here. We're going to put the wheel on, and we're going to use our knees and sort of like our hand to get the preload right as we tighten up the bearing, because we don't actually have any manufacturing specs for this. So we're just going to go by feel. So we're going to try it with this. That's how we're going to set the preload. If worst case scenario, we just pull that cover off and tighten up the nuts. It's not a big job to do. We also don't have any cleaner, so we're going to use this with petrol to clean the bearings.
Petrol is the best cleaner for bearings.
Yeah, petrol will work.
Because
Because obviously we're not in an industrial workshop out here. We don't have our parts cleaners. We don't have our hot washers. We don't have that. So we're going to do this by hand. I also don't have a grease. I do have a grease gun, but I don't have a grease needle with me. So we're going to pack these by hand, which is piss easy on a bearing that is adorably small. Like, come on, that is adorable. So now I'm just going to do the other side, and we'll continue off from there. Alright, I don't know if it gets any more Aussie bush mechanics than this. I don't want to mix up the hubs and the bearing, like the hardware for them. I want to keep the bearing matched to each hub, left and right, just so they wear evenly together, because we're not replacing any of it. We have run into a slight problem. We don't have money to replace the hub seals, and we don't have hub seals. Those ones are leaking, these ones are not. So repacking this bearing, we'll have to sort of do it softly or try and use a needle to get inside to the rollers and grease it that way. But we are going to replace the hub grease anyway. If we're gentle enough, we should be able to get away just for the meantime reusing that hub seal. But there is a good example of why we're doing this. That's not even moving the other side.
Love the diff center rattle.
You can't really hear it. I'm going to climb under here.
Oh, Brody.
So yeah, that's not meant to do that. And the other diff isn't even anywhere near that bad.
That's another issue.
Oh, what's that?
They're braided internals, so I'm not super worried, but...
Well, we got to extend the brake lines on this anyway, so that works out, I guess. So first it was an engine swap. Now it's a front axle swap. This car is slowly starting to cost more than this did. And, well, this is an all-original... This is an all-original car. 400... Okay, radiators, yes, I've blown multiple radiators, but 400,000 Ks... 400,000 Ks, all original components, apart from the clutch and radiators. And one dizzy.
you've spent more fixing your radiators and your fans and your fan hubs than I did buying an engine, transmission, and transfer case.
It actually works out. He got an engine, a transfer, and a transfer case. Transmission and transfer case for 1,500. The axle was, how much was the diff?
550.
550. I have gone through 7 radiators, 5 fans. So now it's 3 core. What?
How many hubs?
Fan hubs, only 2. 3. So that was just this car being bad luck. So we've now got a 3-core alloy in it with AU thermos on a fan controller and a high flow thermostat. It has never gotten hot with the aircon on, towing a trailer. It does not get hot. 8th time the charm. So it ended up actually costing me about the same as doing the engine swap and axle swap on that in this. But the difference is I've had this 8 years, brought it at grandpa spec, built it up to what it is, had 35s. I'm now on 31s. Very shortly, by tomorrow, I should have another set of 35s to this again. And then this old girl will be back to the off-road warrior it used to be. But yeah, that's a little bit of backstory behind the 80 series and the GU. Little trick about getting these hubs off. Obviously, I normally set a pry bar in there. If you have to, like these ones have a strike, you can hit it and it'll pop that off. These have a nut, a lock washer, and like these collets, I guess you'd call them, or wedges. I like to loosen these nuts off. This is something that I got taught back at work. You back these off. This one's actually pulling the stud out. You back the nuts off, and the washer will sit freely. But then what you do is you get the hammer and you hit right here. Normally on, like I say, an Isuzu truck, you'd hit here. Obviously this you can't hit because that's a cover. So what I'd do is I'd hit right here. You hit that in a way that it will set that collet free, and then that way it pops it out. You can just continue to unwind it and put it in your little bolt array, I guess. And the reason you leave the nut on is so they don't go flying out and you lose them. So that's just a little trick. It sets these free, so then you can just undo that. Where's my little rattle gun? Set that free. So now your lock washer and your collet come out most of the time pretty easily. Like, they go in there. Do that for all of them. So do that for all of them. Pop this off. Still don't know what you'd call that. That comes off, and then you just take off your lock ring, like your lock nut, the locking ring, then the other nut. The bearing will pop straight out. Then this whole assembly, the hub and rotor, should come off, and then there's always another bearing behind here, a bigger bearing. You would always replace the hub seals and repack them, but we're only doing this because, well, we're in the middle of nowhere, like I said, and we need to change this rotor because we can't put this when we got those over there. So that's just a little trick, something that I got taught. Everyone's probably going to tell me I'm wrong, and I don't really care, so it works for us most of the time when it wants to come to the party. Another thing about these hub assemblies, I don't know how well you can see that, there is these little locking plates here. You hit them out with a punch, and then this should spin freely. Once you do that, you'll be able to spin that nut off. Once you spin this one off, let's get this off quickly. Come on, nearly there. That comes off. You get this little locking plate here. You hit these ends in with these tabs, you bend them in with a little pry bar, and this stops the nut from backing off. And there'll be another nut behind there that actually holds the preload on the bearing. The way we're getting these nuts off, you put a little punch on the edge there, and you can sort of just hit with a hammer. Sometimes it's easier to use a little pry bar if you get it in the right angle. So we'll try it like that. This one's going to be a bit difficult. The other ones come off easier.
What condition are the splines in? Good?
They look alright. Okay. Sort of just... This one really doesn't want to come to the party. Everyone's went this hard. You can get them on the edge. You can just break the nut loose a little bit. It will try to spin. Spin off. This one, of course the one that we decide to record doesn't want to work. Yeah, there it's going. It's going now. There we go. So now it just spins off.
Because I need to change all the brake lines over.
So now this is spinning freely. Almost there.
We'll probably use my uni because I know it doesn't have any rattle in it.
Jack comes off.
That works. Two-stroke will clean it.
Hub comes off. Bearing comes off. Master assembly apart.
Yeah.
Oh, hush.
Oh, you're picking on me because my shocks, aren't you?
What?
Are you picking on me because of my shock bushes?
Yeah.
You
It took
bastard.
you that long to get that?
Oh,
that
I was more
wow,
focused on what
both
you're
are
talking.
intact.
Yeah, alright, okay. Why don't you take that shock off and drop it down? That spring should just pop straight out.
Yeah.
I want to get the steering arms off first.
The drag link.
Well, yeah, not this one, but those ones.
Is your pan? Oh, yeah, and your pan hard. You have to take your pan hard off.
You gotta do your
At least we won't have to readjust anything.
The shaft as well.
Well, that's the thing. Do I pull the pan off from the diff side? Or from
Yeah,
the
I go
side?
diff side.
Yeah. That CV's munted.
So we made a rookie mistake. Well, we're moving the drag link from the knuckle. I guess you call it like the Ackerman arm. We hit the threads and mushroomed it. So we've taken measurements and we're gonna just replace this end here. Now you're probably gonna be like, we're gonna tap and die through it. We could, but we don't actually have one that's big enough, and it's past 6 o'clock on a Saturday, so most places are gonna be closed. And the other issue as well is the actual crown nut itself is now got no threads on it. So there's that, but oh well, we're gonna replace it anyway. We'll keep the we'll keep the inner drag link. We'll piss off the outer end of it and just replace it with a new one. It'll be fine. We got measurements, and plus we're gonna get the thing realigned after this anyway. So that will fix our little rookie mistake. We should have put the crown nut on upside down and just belted that with a mashing hammer. We didn't. So yeah, lesson learnt, and we'll correct it. Go from there. Let's be honest, if you're not using old work shirts that you've cut up to use as rags, or just any bit of like old clothing, I don't think you're doing it right.
I'm gonna turn the wheel.
It's free.
Need to roll your end around.
It's caught on that. There we go.
Still an easier way than trying to carry it.
And then, well, we can't turn it now. We can lean it. Oh yeah.
Motorcycle style.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking. Same thing I was thinking.
But we can lean. Hey Brody.
Get lift it up.
So we've all heard, don't try this at home.
I wouldn't keep whacking that.
There's a lot of tension on that.
I just want to get this. Get the handle over the other side.
That looks
And I'm not
wrong.
walking under that rope this time.
No, no.
Jack one side.
Yeah, once I get a wheel off.
Yeah. Why the fuck aren't you just wiggling off, you bitch?
You know what's funny?
What?
Come on. See that?
I asked you if I'm missing something. You said no.
I wanted to see if you figure it out.
I've
I've already done those two.
Okay, so this one's a pain.
Nah, what you do, get 2 little pry bars, because we don't have the proper pliers.
I do.
Oh, do you? Oh, we can do that too. And you just sit it in there, force them apart, pop straight off.
Yeah.
I think it's fucked.
The threads are so fucked, Brody. Chuck it with the rest of the fuck shit.
Well, this is the main reason this is being swapped. All that. The silver hubs obviously could be rebuilt, but also the diff is whining.
Brody,
And
that's the side that's leaking. This is the fucked axle.
yeah, so this side's leaking. This one's done a CV. But as well as that, this diff is whining and burning oil. Something
Winding,
chronic.
Thunking and thunking. It's fucked.
Everything he said.
You wanna
Kaput. Answer is kaput.
find where it goes?
So it was easier, instead of trying to do 2 swivel hubs, a diff center, and a CV, it was simply
Both
easier just...
CVs, you know?
Both CVs, it was simply easier just to swap it.
For now.
So... Now we're
It
here.
was originally just a swivel hub.
And then it just
had no
progressively
oil
got
in it,
worse.
And I didn't realise. And then it was a centre. And then the centre's done the CV.
So yeah, it's cooked. But one thing we did notice that was different is this one, where is it, has a plate that goes before on the bearing like that with a nut, which is same as like an Isuzu like N series. This one doesn't, so we're probably going to reuse that on this because I believe that's how it's supposed to be.
So start doing the other one.
Yeah, I see the high temp in there. So the hub off of this, the rotors off of that.
Yep.
Repacked,
Guards.
Just gotta be done up.
Rotor guards off of that too.
and the dust seals.
Oh, Brody. While you're filming,
Yeah.
I discovered a ripper of a noise on this one.
Right.
And when I mean ripper, I mean ripper.
I can hear. Oh.
Like this.
I can just hear it. Oh, that's great.
Yep.
That's great. That's probably that whining that we're hearing at highway speeds.
It's the CV. My centre might not be fucked.
Well,
It could be the CV's like caught itself out.
Oh, next other one.
there
But
is
that's a
my little
major
one.
issue.
Need the
They're very similar hubs, to be honest.
just gently down a bit.
I'll go behind the bush and take a piss because I'm fucking.
So that one.
It's like the most like mechanic shop thing we've done all day.
It works. Hub's on. Slide the bearing in. And we'll continue on from there.
Okay. That's
Oh wow!
So that coming out of the hub, right? Or was that- Oh my god.
That was just a face.
Well, these needed to be done either way, if it didn't break or not.
Oh, okay. So
And it
it's
was
only
blue.
the outer bearing was dark. Oh, this is the same shit they were putting in the D-Maxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually we use them for
This
drums.
is just.
I don't
shop
know
quality shit.
what brand grease, but I know a general rule at our workshop is high temp for disc and blue grease for drums.
really?
That's our general rule.
I never got told that. We used to just slap this exact shit in every single D-Max.
Yeah, but also we're working with LRs, MRs, HRs, semis,
Yeah.
prime movers, that stuff.
D-Maxes got hot because their bearings are crap.
But either way, it's not horrible, but it was going to be due to be done anyway.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And that's high temp anyway. So even if it's not the correct grease, it's going to be an upgrade or a better grease.
It is
either
much
way.
better grease. It's like
It's a well,
it looks like rat sack shit. But it's actually good.
it's going to be better for what we're doing anyway.
Well, it won't
And
sound
either
like-
way, this needed a set of bearings. If a repack, either way, it's a
Well,
what is it? 93
this is 93. So is the other diff.
exactly. So
Yeah.
it was probably
Yeah,
due.
the diff came off of a exact same model, FZ GLX full time.
There you go.
So 93 as well. So
It does well for its
it
age.
would be, and came made in the same month, so they'll be the exact same spec.
These have a rounded edge.
the round edge was inside before, but outside, but you reckon it should go?
Yeah, usually the round edges go inside.
This would not be a fun job to do out bush.
No,
Oh, hang on.
change the diff out bush would miss. You'd be dropping.
Okay, so now we've got the hub seals seated on there properly. Pushed the bearing in, put that, I don't have an example one, put that little ring in. We've got the main nut on, which will set the preload. We will flatten this out. You bend one in to hold that nut, you bend one out to hold the outer lock nut. But we're not going to do that now. We're going to put the wheels on, slide it under the car, then we'll adjust this to get the preload right before we lock it up. I'm going to look at the bearings.
The other
You
one.
can see by the cage and the actual roller needles, these
this one had been
These come up.
dropped.
Oh yeah, they are too.
So yeah, they're Koyo High Performance, which is the first thing I checked. This one's been dropped. That was a bit dinted in. I bent it back up a little bit, and here, just carefully.
That's alright. That actually looks really good, and it cleaned up nicely.
Okay, it really did. And I've packed in this back bearing, so it literally is. It's nice and snug. There won't be any air pockets in that.
That looks good.
So now I
Even that hub sill honestly doesn't look too bad.
I'm really. That's why.
I mean, we've been very careful, and most of this is just to get us by. But
well, I used to have to get us by fucking hub seal jobs all the time.
all the time.
Isuzu, because they didn't want to give us fucking new hub seals when we did
Well,
brakes.
yeah, Isuzu Utes. I must admit, Isuzu trucks are pretty good. Isuzu trucks warranty and service, and yeah, I got my grease gun. It's pretty good.
What I do.
One thing we did forget to mention too is not only was one packed with blue grease, one was packed with red grease.
Yes.
And one had a dinted hubcap, one didn't, and both had the locking nuts the wrong way, and the spacer missing. And the spacer's missing. So it looks like these have been done before. Another thing is too, we also found out that the kingpin. I think it's called a kingpin on a car as well. I know on trucks they're kingpins, but on trucks they're usually tapered. Okay. On these, they're more like a roller bearing that just sort of sit in there. Even those were missing grease. They had no grease in them at all. So this was overdue. So this was, oil was changed a week ago, and this was cleaned a week ago.
I flushed it too.
So more reasons why we're doing this.
Now I'll go wash this and...
That's fucked. Heavier than D-Max hubs.
Please.
No, it actually is.
Come to trucks.
Oh, I made a mess with the grease. Push you back in there.
You know, are you fully straight?
Are you fully straight?
Remember, go all the way.
Yep, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, grab the spacer.
Oh yeah.
That's a spacer.
Let's just get a bit of this out of the way before I get
Spacer's got a keyway on it.
Yeah, I know that part. There's a keyway there.
Yep. And then we'll put the main nut, the bearing nut.
Not that part though yet.
I would say I can get it done tonight, but I'd still have to bleed the brakes and everything.
Well, we just got to be able to move it to the front, and then we'll be alright. And then that will go on. We'll tap that up till it's tight, and then we'll adjust the preload when it's on the car. So that's the spindle. That is the spindle. Let's look inside. There is no grease in there.
Okay, sorry. How bad
hold
is
it, hold
this?
it, hold it.
I'm gonna get very dirty.
There is hardly... Oh my god. Not the noise, but more that there's no grease in there. And here... Wow.
So far. You went far from having a big...
Wow. That's Show me this. Oh yeah, hold it like that, hold it like that. Stop, stop. Wow. That is so dry.
Put it back together.
Yeah, it'll be right for another 40,000.
Are these aftermarkets?
I don't know, but it's fucked. I'll tell you that much.
Beefy. Brody, they look beefier than standard.
Well, I don't know. I drive a patrol, so patrol ones are huge compared to that.
This wasn't
That
even the
is-
leaking one, Brody.
This isn't the leaking one.
No, that's the leaking one.
No, it was passenger
That's
side.
the leaking one.
I thought it was passenger side.
But this is also upside down.
Oh,
Pumpkins on
yeah,
the
sorry,
drivers.
it is, so, yeah.
So now it's getting a bit later. We've got the old inverter running. To a power board. Why is that flickering on camera? That is not flickering in the real world. To an extension cord. And also got my work lights running. That runs to a little handheld torch. Yeah. Well, handheld light, I guess you'd call it. So we got light there. We also have the opportunity to charge all of our power tool batteries at the moment. At the same time as floodlights. Usually I have my amber covers on them, but I just took it off. So we have white light. Ignore that noise. That is a failed AC compressor bearing, and we're not going to worry about it. So we can stay like that. You can deal with the noise. I don't care.
What's it getting caught on the top? The rubber.
Oh, yeah, you're hitting the bump stop. Twist it. Oh, that didn't work. Go the other way. Oh, yes, it did.
as I move
I
forward.
haven't gone up though.
You should be able to now.
I reckon you got it the wrong way around.
Do you
I-
reckon?
Yeah.
Ow, my finger.
I reckon the big goes to top.
I don't actually know on these.
We'll see. Fuck around and find out.
So you have to do. Oh yeah, it looks like it went in a lot easier.
We need to lift the body up. We need to lift the body up.
We'll put that high lift jack back in and we'll give that another crack.
Hold on
Yeah.
to that.
Back a bit.
Towards you? Both sides or?
Not yet.
Alright.
Much further.
Oh wait. There we go.
Do you want me to lift it up?
In the hole.
Lift it up?
You roll both this side back as well. Actually.
Oh.
You asshole. Okay. I will need a. Is that the nut?
Do you want me to, okay. Do you want me to
Both
put.
of them are gonna need to come back.
Oh, bloody hell, that's heavy. There's a reason a few people say I have too many lights, but right now, I don't think you can have too many. And a shitload of torches too.
Pieces of wood.
Alright, little update on this. I had to hold I couldn't exactly do what we're doing and record at the same time. The diff's in place. Springs are in. They were way harder than they are on a patrol. I don't know why, but just 80 series things. Shocks are in. Radius arms are in. Panhard is not. I can't actually see if that. Oh, that. Well, look, I'm just going to show you.
We need to put the rest of the lug nuts in.
Oh yeah, do that.
Oh shit, yeah.
That's like that. No,
Yeah,
no
what I do.
calipers, no brake lines. The idea is we're going to tow this with my car back up to the front because at least now,
And it has a handbrake.
yeah, it has steering and a handbrake, so we're going to tow it. This is as far as we've gotten. So tomorrow we'll carry this on. We'll readjust the bearing preload.
I can't tell if
We'll
I'm
reconnect the
shivering.
sway bar. We'll reconnect the
Or burning.
yeah,
I can't tell if I'm shivering out of cold or pain.
probably both. Yes. Then we got what? Sway bar,
Yeah, sway bars.
panhard rod,
Body
fix
nuts and bolts that we were missing.
that.
Shock that's not mounted.
That one shock, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
little
so a lot of
That
it,
was long gone.
a lot of this should be able to be done tomorrow.
It'll be done tomorrow.
Yeah, it will be done tomorrow.
90% of the work, literally.
The hard part's done. Getting the diff back in there, the hard part.
Yeah, so the hard part's
Now,
done.
because the rest of the stuff we can do without actually
Oh,
the
we
tree.
have to move this.
Yeah, so what we got to do once this is on level
We ordered
ground,
tonight. No one's going to steal it.
and even if they do, what are they gonna?
I want to see how fucked this is.
No, but no one will steal it.
That'll be fine.
Put it right against the fence. No one
So
will steal it.
yeah, well,
You should
yeah, we're gonna do the calipers, readjust the preload, the sway bars, that one shock, and connect up the brake lines and tail shaft tomorrow. But for now, we can lower it back down and actually move it out of the way to somewhere safe and less tree.
Oh, haven't you put,
Yeah.
the rubbish in it? Oh, you can't get the bottom out.
So that's where we're leaving this off for tonight. Gonna edit this and then we'll do a part 2 to this mess.
But this one won't fucking come off.
There you go. Oh wow. Oh. Is that a piece? No, it's not. Pull it out. Pull it out. Just pull it out. Not. Yeah. Well, the.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, it's a piece.
I think,
Oh, wait, no, that's not. That's that.
No, I thought it was.
put your wheel cap
Oh,
covers
mine's
over
on
the top tonight,
Nah.
just to protect the grease, so no shit gets in the grease overnight. The wheel cap covers.
Now there's a lot to clean up, so we're gonna clean this up. We'll do a part 2 to this for tomorrow. For now, this is where we're gonna leave it. This will be tonight's video, and then yeah, we'll do a part 2 tomorrow, which will just be putting all the little tedious stuff on, and hopefully this thing will be driving again. Because we started this at 12 o'clock. roughly, to 1 o'clock. And it is now currently nearly 11 at night, so.
There's diff oil.
It's washed all the grease out.
It literally washed. Oh wow, it's shiny in there.
Yeah, but we saw how much metal came out of the diff.
It's shiny.
Yeah, your swivel hubs shouldn't look like that.
No,
Just,
it's also been hot spotting really badly. I wonder why.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
I fuck neither.
Well, as you can see, we've packed everything up. There's nothing left here. This will be moved through a neutral and I tow it. We don't know yet. We'll cross that bridge in a sec. Just going to tow this to the front of the house and leave it there until we can come back tomorrow. But tomorrow I am driving the Heathcote with a trailer to pick up some parts for my old girl. So we'll see how that goes. But they'll all be in part 2, most likely. But as you can see, it runs. It's back on its own wheels. And just a little stuff to finish off tomorrow. So that's where we're ending this off for now. I've probably got like 3 outros by this point, so we'll see which one sticks. And well, yeah, we'll go from there.
I'll probably pull myself. Ow! See that
Yep.
one?
And just like oh, that light's gone. Nice. I'll sort that out later. Clutch in and pull on it.
What?
Clutch in and pull on it.
Fucking dog.
Not locking in. Cool. Alright, let's go. What did you say?
Should have had the noises
I'm
trying to
burnt, dirty, crippled, and I feel like I've rolled around in lava for about half an hour.
That will be the outtake. I will purposely edit
Missing
that.
half the bolts.
I'm gonna edit that to be at the end of this. Just to make it worth
I
it.
added the stick for comical effect.